Well, we were here in the studio, not at the top of the Empire State Building, not raising a flag, and not getting drug off, but we're going to have fun nonetheless.
And you know, that whole thing has set the fucking bar so high that from literally and figuratively set the bar so fucking high that there is no dude in history from now on going to be able to upstage that. I mean, it's impossible.
No, and I don't know if they do that normally, those people who were climbing the top of the Empire State Building or not. I don't know if they do that like in other places, but yeah, I mean, come on, man. Like, you're making us look bad.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, what are we supposed to fucking do with that? I mean, and did you see her? I mean, she was dressed like fucking Catwoman. Yeah. And I think both of them have like Russian last names or Eastern European last names or something like that.
Yeah, here they are. Russian Daredevils, Angela Nicolau and Ivan Birkus are the two that climbed the Empire State Building.
Yeah. And she had like this Catwoman thing going on. Yeah, they're gonna be charged with some sort of.
Thank you, ABC News.
They're going to be charged with some sort of like trespassing charge and probably walk away with maybe a couple $1,000s in fines and everything. But that's going to be some hot fucking sex.
I told you the other day, I was like, I feel like, like being a dude myself, I feel like this was her idea. I feel like that, she was just like, honey, I've got an idea of how we can confess our love together. And he's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, as long as you suck my dick.
Yeah, let's go to the top of the Empire State Building. I think I love you. People do some strange things for love, but I don't fuck with heights. I don't do this.
Was that we were saying the other day? It's not, if one of them fell, the fall wouldn't kill him. It'd be that sudden stop at the bottom.
It's always a sudden stop at the bottom that kills you. Yeah. And, listen, I don't fuck with heights. I'm not a very, I don't know, like adventurous, yes. But like, even like climbing, the climbing gym downtown. I used to have a membership down there. I'd get to the top of the thing, like, if you fuck up, you fall from here.
Yeah. I used to not be bothered with heights. I mean, to a certain point anyway. But now, if I like walk across like a suspension bridge somewhere, like that one that we walked across in Gatlinburg.
Yeah,
we walked across in Gatlinburg. If I stop and look over the edge, my nuts literally pucker. I mean, it's like something goes on. I look over the edge and I feel this like weird feeling in my stomach. It's like shit like that didn't used to bother me, but maybe as you get older, you come into terms with your mortality. You could freaking die at any minute. Is this really how you want to go?
Yeah. Well, we're going to just keep doing this. This is the Sky Bridge. Yeah, we walked this thing. Shit's getting crazy here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is that bridge right here.
Yeah,
that we walked across, and
and they got that one space right there halfway across it in the very lowest point that's like all plexiglass for like 10 or 15 feet.
Yeah,
Casey was hugging the cable all the way across.
Yeah, it's cool.
I can tell you one person that wouldn't cross that is Katie, which is my granddaughter, by the way, Mitchell's niece.
Yeah, and it doesn't sway side to side as much as it just it bounces.
Yeah,
it bounces up and down.
Yeah,
and I did have to stop halfway across that thing on the way back, and I laid down the plexiglass and took a couple of selfies. And then
that's right. Yeah,
my thing was I wasn't scared of falling off that thing because I was like, man, it's like one of those things like either this goes well. Or it's just not my problem anymore. But my concern was I looked down. I don't even know how high that is. Probably 200 feet, 300 feet down to that little gorge.
Yeah. I would say 300 feet would probably be it, or maybe like 100 yards.
Probably somewhere about 100 yards.
Yeah.
but I had my phone in my hand. And I was like, man, I don't want to drop my phone and it go through this grate down into this galley or the Gold Gorge. I would never find it.
Yeah.
You know, I could sit there and do like a little locate my iPhone all day and shit. I would never find it.
Laying down there in the bottom of that cord. What did I do?
That's my take on flying too. Is like some of these other high risk things. It's like, you know, when you get on an airplane, some people freak out and so they're like, oh my god, like what's if we crash? Like either you get to where you're going safely, or suddenly it's not your problem anymore.
Well, at least if you're flying business class, at least you'll die in comfort.
That's true. That's true. We both fly business class, and the lay flats are amazing.
Oh God, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, I'd rather just die in my sleep. I mean, honestly, like if I was in business class, I'm like all in my little blanket, you know, like stretched out and laid out, and I feel the plane start shaking and woo, 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 like just kind of pull your blanket,
roll over.
You just kind of pull your blanket and roll over. Yeah, fuck it. You know, we're going. Yeah. Ron White had that joke, you know, like all the way to the scene of the crash.
Yeah, they'll probably beat us to the scene of the crash.
Oh my gosh!
But yeah, well, you flew business class on the way back. I flew. Both of us recently went to a trip to Germany, and we happened to be in country at the same time. And I flew business class there and back, and you flew business class on the way back.
Yeah, I tried to get the upgrade on the way there, but I just couldn't. I couldn't get it in time. I think we were just on a very busy leg, so I couldn't get the business on the way. But I tell you what, I flew Delta on the way there and back, and Delta's freaking. I think they call it Delta One now. It's not business class per se.
Yeah. I heard you. I remember you telling me about that. Yeah, I was like, I was like, damn, that sounds a hell of a lot better. Now Lufthansa does have a bomb ass lounge for their business class and first class passengers. I mean, I walked into this thing in the Frankfurt airport, and it's like the size of a Walmart. What do they call it? The neighborhood market thing.
Oh yeah,
it's probably like half the size of a Walmart, and I mean, and all the liquor and beer and food you can stand to drink and eat, and they have all these like little quiet rooms where you can go in and go to sleep and everything. But getting back to the freaking trip to Germany itself, how nice was it? How nice was it to be back in the land of the free and home of the fucking ice with water?
Oh my gosh, dude. Well, we were there. We were both there during like a really unseasonably cool week. You were there for about a week and a half. I was only there for a week.
Yeah, we were right there at the end. Right there, the last 3 days that I was there, it was just the beginning of the fucking heat dome. Last 3 or 4 days we were there. And Germans do not have air conditioning in their hotels. That last night that I was there, for the convenience and everything else, I paid very good money for a hotel room that's literally in a 5-minute walk from my hotel to my gate. And so I was thinking, well, at least this will have air conditioning. It didn't have fucking air conditioning.
Yeah.
They said it was air conditioning, but it's not like Motel 6 freeze your ass out of the room.
You can set the temperature to 65 and you're in there shivering at night type of situation. The hotel I stayed in the entire week I was there, I think I was like on the 12th or 11th or 12th floor of 13 floors. I think it was kind of weird. It's like you wouldn't see that in the States. Like we're superstitious in that sense. Like you would never have a hotel that has 13 floors.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I was on the upper parts, and the most European hotels just have like just giant windows anyways. And I am used to traveling places where you can't physically open the windows, and they have the style that of course they swing outwards like normal, but they tilt inwards as well.
Yeah.
I really like that, but one of the things that kind of freaked me out is like there's nothing stopping anybody in that hotel from just taking a fucking header out of that window.
Yeah.
If you just kind of come in, you have a bender, and you have a bad day, you just like, yeah, this is enough. This is what we're going to do.
Yeah. Even if it just like lays out or lays inward, like you said. Yeah. If you want to die bad enough, you can get up on a chair and just kind of slide down and just head first.
No, my windows actually they came inwards, so they just swung into the hotel room. Every night I would just sleep with the windows open.
Oh yeah.
You get a little bit of sound from the train and the city and everything, but
Well, I slept with the windows open the last 2 nights. Well, not the last 3 nights I was there, because there's 2 nights I stayed in a hotel in a little town on the Rhine River that was a piece of garbage, and they didn't have any fucking air conditioning, and I had no choice but to sleep with my windows open. But yeah, I mean, Germany is beautiful and everything, but my God, they need air conditioning, and put some fucking ice in your water.
I do love all of the people coming to the States right now for the World Cup, and they're experiencing not only air conditioning everywhere now, but they're also experiencing things like unlimited refills for sodas.
Yeah.
If you see, like, and then everybody's talking about ranch dressing.
Ranch dressing.
People in Europe are going fucking wild about ranch dressing.
Yeah. So I've got a contact over there. I've got a 55-gallon drum ready to roll. You want to buy in?
I'll go in on the ranch if you go in on the air conditioning window units with me.
Yeah. I started shipping window units over there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I've heard of other stuff. Like, I've got buddies of mine that live in the UK, and they talk about how a lot of cereal in the UK, it's not sweet at all. You know, it's like the basic shredded wheat bullshit. And even if you get something that's like a Lucky Charms like situation, it's all like natural dyes and whatever else. So there are people, I'm not naming names ever for this one, but there are people that I know that go onto military bases. They will get the American things like Fruity Pebbles and Lucky Charms and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
Captain Crunch.
They'll flip that shit and sell it to their friends off base.
Oh hell
make
yeah!
Make a little profit.
Oh hell yeah! And you know it's like everybody's coming over here from Europe and around the world for the World Cup and everything. And prior to them coming over here, and by the way, yeah, this bourbon's really fucking good. Let me do my old line. Hang on a second. Reminds me of my ex-wife. Little smoky up front, leathery on the back end. But anyway, everybody's coming over here for the World Cup and everything. They're like, the ugly Americans. And they get over here and they're like, not so much. It's like, well, they're not as bad as we thought they were.
Well, and they actually really like nostalgic things. I saw this, I think it was in Georgia or something like that. The
state of Georgia, not the country of.
No, yeah, not the country thereof. It was like, it's the Aussies partying in a Walmart before. Oh, it's in Dallas.
Oh, even better.
Yeah. Let me see if I can grab a video of this real quick and put it up over here. No. Okay. Yeah. Check this shit out. So it's the Aussies that are going into a Walmart ahead of their game, and they're in there partying in this Walmart.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, I mean, you don't get stuff like that in the States. Look at this guy.
Wake up the Walmart.
They just went to Walmart. Yeah.
Yeah, God bless them. They got a little slice of American life. I mean, yeah, they're all about it and everything.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah, going to Buffalo Wild Wings and shit.
Yeah, this. I don't know. I mean, look at this. I mean, they're just singing like, "We're going to Walmart," and that, and then the. I think this is the Scottish. And the English. They've been out at baseball games since they've been here.
Oh yeah,
and just going fucking crazy in the stands.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh,
See, like, if Sweet Caroline comes on,
yeah,
like, the European mind just implodes, and they cannot help themselves.
You got to sing along. Even they know the fucking words.
I want to go look at this up at the baseball games. Yeah. Anyways. I don't know. The World Cup is going to be fun, and I think people are getting into the whole well, let's go eat at Buc-ee's, and then let's, they're like, oh my God, we went to a Buc-ee's, and like, look at this, this is a gas station, you know?
Oh yeah, they've had a lot of, I've seen a lot of reels on Europeans like in Buc-ee's and stuff, and just absolutely just freaking out. I saw it was like a little meme of somebody like sitting in the back of an airplane, like an airliner heading, you know, a lot of people in it, and there's like 20 or 30 people wearing cowboy hats, and it's like the Europeans coming back from the World Cup wearing the cowboy hats.
Yeah.
You know, and they're probably like, now we understand why the Americans are the way they are. Oh, yeah. Speaking of how I don't know why this popped into my mind and everything. Last night, I think I told you we went over to Kathy's house to watch fireworks, and I was talking, you know, Janet, right? Mm-hmm. And I was talking to Janet. We got on the subject of different concerts we've been to when we were growing up, because she's a little bit older than I am and everything. And I started telling her about this Ted Nugent concert that I went to like in 1979. And she literally looked at me and said, "Who's that?"
Ted Nugent?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Well, yeah, you know what? I could kind of see that. Yeah, I would say that Ted Nugent, even back in the 70s, was probably an acquired taste.
Yeah, well, yeah, but you know, she likes Pink Floyd, but yeah, she went over to a friend's house for like this 4th of July dinner and everything, and texted us and said she was going to go over there and watch fireworks. And we had a beautiful view of downtown. I mean, from right there on their Kathy's front porch, you could see all the way down to the county courthouse. But from up there on the side of Haymont, but we had an excellent dinner yesterday at the house.
We did, yeah. That was really good.
Yeah. We do our family things once a month and everything, and yesterday was a special one. We really had a good dinner and everything. But you know, I was thinking about that after everybody left. I mean, that went so well and everything, and I think we as a family understand that whoever's hosting, they're taking care of everything. Because one thing I can't just drives me up a fucking wall is when you're inviting a bunch of people over and they say, "Oh, what can I bring?" And you literally look at them and tell them, "Don't bring anything." And what do? They fucking show up with something.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah, because you got the menu set, all right? You know, and I don't know where to fit 3 cheese jalapeno dip in with, you know, like a nice Mediterranean meal. You know, appreciate it, but
well, not only that, they show up like with a fucking vegetable tray that they just picked up on the way from like Harris Teeter or whatever. You know, assume it's a good vegetable tray and not a Walmart vegetable tray. But
we're not saying that Walmart is any less quality. We're saying that Harris Teeter is our preference.
Yeah. Shout out to Walmart.
But our new thing is instead of shouting to Ryan,
but they show up with this freaking food that when they walk in, not only they're showing up with something that after you told them not to bring something, they're showing up with something that's going to create some work for you.
Yeah, where can I heat this up at?
Yeah, can I borrow your oven?
Yeah, what's your oven set out right now?
I remember one time we had this dinner at this house, and I invited people that's never been to my house. You were there and everything. I think it was like a comedy patties social kind of thing. And I told everybody, do not bring anything. And somebody brought, what's that dessert called? It's like a Hispanic dessert. It's called flan.
Yeah, flan. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. But the person that brought it into my kitchen and put a plate on it and flipped it over and lifted the thing up, and it slid onto my counter like a slug, and all this juice went everywhere, all on the counter and all on the fucking floor and everything. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, of course, you know, trying to be the decent host and everything. It's like, it's no big deal. It's no big deal.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm fucking with the cameras over here.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, I don't mind if people. To me, it's like, you know, I think most of our friends that's on the dinner list, they know that if we say, all right, don't bring anything.
Yeah.
Don't bring anything.
Yeah.
If anything, if you feel obligated, bring some wine or bring, like a bottle of bourbon or something
something
like that
you're going
bar.
to drink. Something you're going to drink. I'll tell you one thing that I have learned. Of course, it's in certain homes or certain situations and people that I know and love and adore and everything. If I know somebody's going to be cooking steak and they're not a steak sauce person, I'm bringing my own fucking sauce.
I feel like you're fucking with me right here now. I do. And I'm taking offense to this. How dare you?
Yeah. Steak sauce haters are the most judgmental fucking people in the world.
How fucking dare you? I cook a really good steak. And I start measuring how much I want a steak. I measure it in fingers, right? A 1-finger steak, that's not a steak. That's a piece of like beef jerky. A 2-finger steak, now we're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. A 3-finger steak is probably is unnecessary.
Yeah. Well, but sometimes 3 fingers are needed.
Depends on who you are. I'm sure back in the 80s, that was like the standard. But anyways, like a good...
We had to blow the hair apart first.
But I take a lot of pride in the steaks that I make. And, you as my dad, the first thing you got any A1 sauce? Like, get the fuck out of my house. Who are you?
Yeah, I know. You do cook a really good steak and everything, but I don't know, that A1 just puts it over the top. I mean, I grew up with A1 in the house, and we always put it on our steaks and everything. I hated the day that all of a sudden my parents started wanting to try Heinz 57.
That was even worse.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah.
I don't even like it.
I don't like it either.
Yeah. But I like a good steak sauce. I like a good steak sauce. But people, Mary and I went to Chris's here sometime back, and I got a steak, and I asked the server first because it's not on the table. I asked the server for some A1. And she, I don't know, she kind of looked at me kind of weird, but I knew it was a bit of a problem when she brought it to the table, and it was in a black, it was like in a black, like a little sleeve, and she set it on the table so it wouldn't embarrass anybody. No, I'm joking about that part.
They just ask you to leave.
Yeah, sir, you need to leave immediately.
We're going to get you a doggy bag for that steak we just finished for you, and you're going to have to get the hell out of here.
but it's like she brought it to the table. I could just feel the judgment coming from other people in the little area that we were sitting.
That's a good steakhouse. I do like that steakhouse.
Yeah, they got some good steak. You got to be careful which one you order though.
I did this thing the other day. It was a chicken and this is an Italian dish. What am I blanking on? Anyways, like a chicken bruschetta, whatever it was. It was like a fried chicken, like you would have for a chicken parmesan, and then it was just like chopped up cherry tomatoes with onions and garlic and a few other things in there. Real simple. I did a salad with fried goat cheese in it. And I had to fry my own goat cheese. It was really good.
Well, you said you cooked some sort of like Mexican chicken thing tonight. I walked in and it smelled so good and everything.
Oh, that's Casey. She knocked that one out of the park.
Yeah, I asked her what y'all had for dinner, and she told me. I said, "Well, that sounds good." I said, "It smells good." I said, "Mary and I had goldfish and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches because we had Jackson, which is my great grandson. We had Jackson from about 11 o'clock this morning until about, I guess, probably 6 o'clock, and thank God he took a 2-hour nap."
No, I did not take it. Usually on a Sunday, if I'm watching NASCAR, it's about an hour nap watching NASCAR. I didn't even watch the race today, and I'm pretty sure it was Talladega. And I have no idea who won.
I thought Talladega was earlier in the year.
Twice a year.
Oh,
yeah, twice a year. And I'm pretty sure. Nope, is it Illinois today? Right
Illinois.
Illinois. Why does it Illinois?
Because you're.
Yeah. Anyways. I took you to your first NASCAR race a couple years ago.
Yeah, Charlotte.
Yeah, we did the suites at Charlotte. Upstairs in I think it's like the club level 500 or something like that. Nice inside, air conditioned.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the Coke 600 where they fly helicopters and shit like right in front of you.
The bathrooms right down the hallway. They had that big lounge in there. You can hang out and everything, watch the race in there. Yeah, it was nice.
Beer and liquor bar right down the hall.
But then the following race, when we went to Darlington, it was like we got the full NASCAR fan experience.
Oh yeah, turn one down there. Outside in the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love Darlington. That's a really cool track, and it's not far from the house. I think we're on the roof just over an hour to get there. Maybe an hour,
about an hour and a half, probably. I think. I don't know.
And I don't even know if they have suites at Darlington. I think if you tried to buy like high end like indoor suites and stuff like that, they're like, "Hey, we'll ask you to get out of here." Actually.
Yeah, because that's the second NASCAR race I've ever even been to in my lifetime. But you still want to take your hat off and do this.
You got to.
when the cars go by, you got to wave your hat.
I do. Formula One's a big thing right now too for me as well. I mean, I've been watching Formula One for years. I think I started watching it 2013. I think when we moved to Las Vegas, I started watching it, and it's. I don't know, one of those things. I started watching Formula One before I started watching NASCAR habitually, and I have yet to go to a Formula One race in person, but I've been to plenty of NASCAR races in person. Several now. So.
Where would be the nearest like Formula One race that they would have? I mean, do they have one in Charlotte?
No, they have. It was kind of crazy. There are 3 Formula One races per year on the calendar in the United States, and most countries only get one. You have the British Grand Prix in Silverstone, which was this weekend. You have the Belgian Grand Prix. You have the one in Monaco. So typically a country only gets one per year. That's it. And it's like this giant draw. But in these states, I guess maybe like we're, I don't know, trying to build a bigger market out here for Formula One. But, and also we're a big ass country, but we have Miami, Austin, and Las Vegas. And those are the actually, I think it's in order. I think it's, Miami first in the spring. Yeah. Which is, they have I guess you'd call it a hybrid road course out there, a street course. They shut down a bunch of the streets in and around the Miami Dolphins Stadium, and they make a track out there. Austin is, I would say, the real, actual, like, purpose-built racetrack. And NASCAR goes out there too. It's called Circuit of the Americas out there.
Well, NASCAR probably races in Las Vegas too, right? Don't NASCAR have a big race in Las Vegas?
They do, yeah. I think they also go out there once a year. Yeah, it's at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And I've raced Ferraris at that place.
Yeah. How many miles is that track?
I think it's 1.5 miles. It's a standard 1.5 mile track.
Yeah.
But there's a couple road courses out there, and the Ferrari race people were out there, and I signed up for something and was out there racing Ferraris around that racetrack. It was actually really cool. I don't know, like I just been into fast cars and cool things. It's just
yeah.
But I see that you're out. I have this Basil Hayden down here. If you'd like some more,
you can pour me. I tell you what, pour me just a finger of it.
So we'll call that not a steak. That. Schmidge?
Yeah. That's
there. All right. These are for those who aren't the occasional bourbon drinkers. It's all measured in fingers. So we'll.
Yeah.
I almost forgot.
I'm typically a 2-finger guy, but don't tell that to my wife
or your proctologist
or my proctologist.
Although highly unlikely we'll ever get sponsored for anything on here. This is a Basil Hayden red wine cask finish. This shit is
it's
good.
Pretty sweet. Yeah.
Smooth, they say.
I don't know. Maybe like Zach and JP's podcast, maybe Dr. Don can be one of your sponsors.
The Dildo Emporium.
Yeah, the Dildo Emporium.
They are really happy they got one sponsor for that podcast.
And they, when they did that, they said, because they asked about it over there when they did our their thing in the shed over there, and they asked me to write something up, and I thought it was just going to be for that, but they've been using it all along.
Do you actually like monetarily sponsor that, or is that just for fun?
No,
you're like, hey, here's $10.
I just hammered out a little, and they got the same printout I gave them. It's like it's been folded up I don't know how many times, and it's got stains all over it. I had dare to think where that came from. But
JP's a really excitable kind of guy. God knows what's on that thing. Well, we had those two as the double feature, the first ever double feature at the Comedy Couch.
yeah,
recently.
that was a really good room.
It is honestly any 4-day weekend because it's right around 4th of July now. This come out whenever it comes out, but yeah, that any 4-day weekend we have is always packed at the Comedy Club, like period. Yeah. And I had a meeting over there, as I typically do every month, to talk about comedy and what's going on at the club and like what we're doing. And anytime where I ever get told like, "Hey, you guys have pre-sold a lot of tickets tonight for our show," like it's going to be a good room, and it was packed.
Yeah,
like a standing room only kind of situation, like on a random 4th of July 4-day weekend.
Yeah, well, Jim Burby personally brought like 15 people with him.
He did. Yeah. That's Heather Burby's grandfather who started doing comedy over there with us, and 88-year-old guy up there, and just as funny as he can be.
Yeah, and he was walking around greeting people before the show started. I mean, people that he didn't even know, which is he'd walk around and say, "Hey, how y'all doing? Enjoy the show and everything." But
I was like, he might be the most popular comic here tonight. But a late bloomer.
Yeah, he does good, and he absolutely. I mean, God bless his heart. I mean, what does he say? He's like 88
years old.
88 years old, and yeah, he's having the time of his life. I mean, it's he's up there on the stage and telling jokes, and and hanging out with the chicks doing karaoke.
Yeah, he brought a bunch of his like home caretakers and stuff like that with him, and
really,
yeah, like other relatives. Yeah, so he has some in-home staff, and he brings them out, and then like other family members and stuff like that. He brought. Well,
I did ask him if he swung by the assisted living, and they loaded up the short bus with a bunch of people.
It's probably not too far from the truth.
Yeah.
We got a pretty good booking for the rest of. I think we're booked out through mid-September right now, which is always good to be full on the calendar. Probably in the next couple weeks we'll actually start nailing down the last quarter. But it's always. I tell you what, man, it is becoming increasingly hard to decide who goes as the feature of the Comedy Couch because we've got a lot of eyes and interest and stuff like that on the Comedy Couch.
Now that one you got coming up on the next couch and everything. I mean, is it that Dr.
Yeah, Dr. Anna Lepley is coming. Yeah. She's coming out of Florida. She's a pretty popular comic down there, and she's actually really funny. She's a recommendation over to us, and I always go out and try to find as much video and stuff. I mean, I always try to find the comics that are the best fit for the room, because you and I have been heavily involved in Fayetteville comedy for several years now, so you kind of get to know like what comic works in what room and what situation. You want to make sure you book accordingly for that. So I think she's going to do great.
I mean, that's one of the oldest expressions they do in comedy is reading the room.
Reading the room.
Yeah.
And we got her, and then just pushed out a couple other. We got Hugh and Saunders coming back, and Greg Capra is next up. But you and I are doing the family thing at the end of August.
Yeah. We're going to do the family. Are we going to call it the Family Feud, or are we going to call it?
I didn't want to go feudish. I wanted to go more like fun style. I think I'm going to call it the Families of Funny.
Yeah.
And I'm going to speak it like a Sopranos Mafia style situation. So. Yeah, but it'll be you and I, Heather and Jim Burby, and then Nancy and Annie Witter coming by too. Which is all like either a parent-kid or parent-grandparent situation. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it should be a good show.